everyone, and welcome back to our supplemental video. And for today, we are going to discuss lesson 4 for our module number 3 in statistics and probability. Now, lesson 4 is all about understanding the z-scores. So here we are going to solve some problems, and we are going to use these formulas, in order for us to find the z-value or the z-score. Okay, so let's go directly with our formulas for today. So we have two formulas. First one is z is equal to x minus mu over sigma. And z is equal to x minus x bar over s. Okay? Now, these letters right here, of course, have meaning. So the first one is z. Z stands for your z-score, which is what we are looking for. Muna itong unknown. And then x is the raw score minus your mu, and mu means your population mean, over sigma, which is population standard deviation. So this right here, this formula right here is used for population na data. Okay? The other one, x is z is still z-score, x is still raw score, minus x bar. X bar means your sample mean, and s means your sample standard deviation. Therefore, this involves data from your sample. Okay? Now, why do we need to get the z-score? Because in your standard normal curve, if you can remember, ang imong numbers lang ito kay 0, positive 1, positive 2, positive 3. And on the left side, negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. Now, we cannot use raw scores in order for us to locate, And we are, for us to locate the probability using the standard normal curve. That is why these raw scores have to be transformed first into z-values. And how are we going to transform those raw scores into z-values? We are going to use this formula. No, either of that. Actually, pwede magamit para ato i-transform ang imong raw score to your z-value. Now, each raw score has, of course, its unique z-value, and that is what we are going to do today. Okay? Diretso tayo sa example. Now, in this example right here, we have a word problem. Now, in every word problem, of course, we need to have some steps, And in your module, you have there the steps in order for you to solve the problem. But for me, I use these steps because I'm much more comfortable with this one. And you can use which way nga inyong gusto. Okay? So, ang first na ginabuhat, ang unang-una yun is actually analyze the problem. I haven't listed that one there. But before you go to the solution and everything, you need to know how to analyze the problem first. Mo ginahong ginaingon sa mga estudyante. Next one is list all the given. And given siya with the proper nga mga notations or variables or letters or symbols. Importante kaayo nga tama ang imuhang symbol sa imuhang given nga number. Nganuman, kay kung magcambio na siya, if you're going to interchange or accidentally interchange or na mali ninyo pag-analyze ang problem, magkabali-baliktad na ang inyong symbols o ang number. Muna siya, pagsulat nimo karon sa imong formula na mali imong answer because mali ang imong pagkasulat sa imong given. Always remember that. Third one, very important, substitute all values to the variables in the formula. So, tanan na imuhang given na values or numbers, i-substitute dapat correctly sa imuhang formula na given. Next is perform the necessary operations. So, you can see there minus and division. So, kailangan nimo na siya buhaton. Then, at the end, of course, we are going to obtain our z-score or z-value. Okay, let's apply the steps here on our first problem. Let us all read together and naapuri siya sa inyong module. Okay? In Mrs. Shirley's class, a student gained a score of 46. what is the z-value of his score if test result has a population mean of 45 with a standard deviation of 2. So, karon, sakto na to. First step is analysis. Naay klase si Mrs. Shirley. Naay isa ka estudyante dito nga ang iyahang score is equal to 46. I do not know kung hantod pila kutob ang quiz ni Ma'am Shirley. Basta ka na isa ka estudyante nga ang answer ayang score is 46. Karon, gikan ditong daghan kayo, syempre, ang estudyante, no? Daghan ang estudyante sa kaklase. So, gikan dito, nakuha niya ang mean or average nga 45. Tapos, na siya standard deviation nga 2 from the entire population. Question, what is the z-score of 46 compared to these values? Diba? Okay. Now, what we are going to do first is list our given. First number that we can see is your 46. Your 46 is what we call the raw score or X. No? Ito sa given. Okay, step 1. Write your given. X is equal to 46. Okay? How about the next number that you can see? The next number you can see is 45. What is 45? That is your population mean. Population mean has a symbol of mu. So, mu is equal to 45. Last number that you can see is 2. What is 2? That is your standard deviation. What is the symbol for standard deviation? Sigma. Okay? Therefore, you have X, you have mu, you have sigma. Which of the two formulas are we going to use? That is step number 2. Write the formula. That means, for this problem, we are going to use the first formula because we are talking about population mean. Therefore, Z is equal to X minus mu over sigma. Step number 3, substitute all values to the variables in the formula. So, nanakay given, nanakay mga numbers din ha, ipuli lang nato na silang tanan dinhi sa imuhang formula. So, Z is equal to X, that is 46, minus mu, which is 45, over 2, which is your standard deviation. Muna. After that, step 4, perform the necessary operations. First, let us, of course, subtract. So, 46 minus 46 minus 45 is equal to 1 over 2. 1 over 2 is equal to 0.5. Claro? Clear? I hope so. So, therefore, ang 46, kung ato siyang himuon nga z-value, it will become 0.5. Karon kani nga step na kung ibutang or ihatag sa inyo, dili ni siya necessary nga buhaton sa kani nga problem. But, if iingon gani sa instruction that sketch, no? Sketch the z-value or sketch the entire situation, then this is what you're going to do. I'm going to give you 2 curves. First one is the normal curve nga dili siya standard normal. Ang second one is standard normal curve para inyo ha siyang makita, no, side by side unsa bang pasabot ani o kani. Okay? Now, on the first one, maghimutag raw nga scores, no? Maghimutag normal curve nga gamit ang raw scores. So, kung atong analyze, your mean is equal to 45. Remember that the center of your curve should be your mean. So, dapat nadira si 45. Klaro? Human, we are going to have our standard deviation, which is 2. Ibig sabihin, gikan sa 45, mag-add ta og 2. So, 45 plus 2 is 47. Klaro? 47 plus 2, that is 49. 49 plus 2, that is 51. Diri sa pikas, mag-minus. 45 minus 2, that is 43. 43 minus 2, that is 41. 41 minus 2, that is 39. Clear? Now, asa dapit si 46 sa kanisa nga curve? Diba? Si 46 nasa tunga-tunga sa imuhang 45 o 47. Therefore, this is your raw score. Klaro? So that? Now, what if ito siyang imuon nga standard normal curve? Ito siyang i-transform into a standard normal curve. So, ang standard normal curve is, ang imuhang tunga is 0, and then positive 1, positive 2, positive 3. There is a left side, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, si 45, mo ni siya yung value ang 0. Asa mo ito makita? Si Z is equal to 0.5. Diba? Si Z, which is 0.5. Ang 0.5 is makita sa between sa 0 and 1. So, diri siya. This is Z is equal to 0.5. So, can you see now the similarities? Similarities is, of course, nasa gitna sa values. Here. So, in ana ang purpose, or muna siya ang connection between your raw scores and your z-scores. And you can also see the importance. Why do we need to transform your raw score into a z-score? Because it's easier for us, no, to compare, no, and generalize using the standard normal curve. Alright, so now let us proceed with example number 2. Let's read all together. Leslie got a score of 68 in an examination she participated. What is the corresponding z-value of her score if the result has a mean of 75 and a standard deviation of 5? So, kasi si Leslie, nag-exam siya and she got 68. So, she wants to know what is the z-value of that if the mean of the entire scores in the examination is 75 with a standard deviation of 5. Okay, now let's first have your given. So dito sa first number, 68 is going to be your raw score because mo na siya yung gusto nga i-transform, right? Next is your sayo na kayo, nakadiretso. Mean. So, mean is mu. That is 75. Lastly, you have 5, which is your standard deviation. So, out from this, you have x, you have mu, and you have sigma. Therefore, what formula are we going to use? We are going to use the first formula, which is z is equal to x minus mu over sigma. Then, the third one, we are going to substitute all the values to the variables in the formula. So, we are going to have z is equal to x, which is equal to 68, minus mu, which is 75, over sigma, which is equal to 5. Next one is we are going to perform the necessary operation. So, 68 minus 75, that is negative 7. Kaya mas dako ang imuhang gi-minus nga number kasi sa imuhang gi-minusan. Divided by 5. So, z is equal to negative 7 over 5. So, if you are going to use the calculator, that is going to be negative 1.4. Therefore, your z-score or z-value of 68 is negative 1.4. Let's see with our curves. No, the first one is a normal curve and the other is a standard normal curve. So, atong tanawon para makita nyo side by side kung similar ba silang duha. So, ang mean nato is 75. So, dapat naman sa gitna. Tapos, ang itong standard deviation is 5. So, mag-add taog 5, padulong diri sa right, mag-minus taog 5, diri padulong sa left. So, 75 plus 5, that is 80. 80 plus 5, that is 85. 85 plus 5, that is 90. Diri sa pikas, paatras tan, 75 minus 5 is 70. 70 minus 5 is 65, and 65 minus 5 is 60. Atong ilocate kung aha si 68 makita. 68 can be found here on this side on the left. Before ka maabot sa 70, so somewhere din here. This is your x is equal to 68. And then we are going to make, or we are going to use negative 1.4 here in our standard normal curve. So kung atong ilocate, then is the negative 1.4, that is found somewhere din here. No? So this is where you can find z is equal to negative 1.4. Therefore, kung ato siya tinawon, ang imuhang raw score nga curve o ang imuhang standard normal curve, they're actually similar in terms of placement kung asa makitaan ang imuhang raw score and ang imuhang z value. Now, let us proceed with our last nga example. For example number 3, I haven't written all the problem. I'm just going to read it after because na-short ko sa space. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, so Mrs. Pastillada conducted a test survey about determining the current level of students learning on geometry. No? And after checking the test questionnaires, she was amazed that a student attained 50 correct answers. So ang score sa isa ka estudyante is 50. What is the corresponding z value of the student's score if the sample mean of the test result was 45 and standard deviation is 6? Okay? So karon, naay something na error din ha. No? Because supposedly dili siya kanang first nga formula ang gamiton. Because kung imong basahon ang problem, ang iyang ingon is sample mean, dili population mean. So ato nang i-correct din ha ada part, no? So ingon siya ganina, budiretso na lang ko sa step 1 which is writing the given. Ingon siya kaganina nga ang isa ka estudyante nakakuha siya og result nga 50 correct answers. Tapos, gusto pa kapalo si Mrs. Bastillada kung unsa ni siya ang z-score niya if ang imong sample mean, that means sample mean should be x bar. Ang sample mean niya is 45 and ang standard deviation is 6. So, standard deviation for sample should be s. Okay, 6. Karon, looking at your given, you have x, x bar, and s. So you are not going to use the first one, but use the second one instead. So our formula for this example is x minus x bar over s. Next part is we are going to substitute the values with your variables. So nakalimot ko sa z. So z is equal to x, which is 50, minus your sample mean or x bar, which is 45 over your s or sample standard deviation, which is 6. No? Next, we are going to conduct or we are going to do the necessary operations. We have 50 minus 45, that is positive 5 over 6. So z is equal to 5 over 6. If we are going to use the calculator, 5 divided 6 is equal to positive 0.83. Ganon. Okay? Now, we are going to make your normal curve na dili siya standard normal. And then you are going to also do the standard normal curve para ma-compare nato no, kung pare-pareha bigdihang dagway. So, in this case, we have atong x ay ang atong sample mean is 45. So, dapat nasa gitna si 45. Tapos, ang atong standard deviation is positive 6. So, ano siyang mag-add din mag-minus ta din sa pikas. 45 plus 6, that is going to be 51. 51 plus 6, that is 57. And then 57 plus 6, that is going to be 63. Diba? 6, 6, 12, 13. Tama. Next, we are going to deduct or minus. We have 45 minus 6, that is going to be 39. 39 minus 6, that is 33. Tama ba? And then 33 minus 6, that is going to be 27. Tama? 6, 12, 30, 30. Tara. Okay? Then let us locate where we can find your x. N is equal to 50. It is found somewhere here. Now closest to 51. So, dinha. Tamag. Butang. This x is equal to 50. Okay, last part, if you're going to write or locate your z is equal to 0.83 in your standard normal curve. So it is closest to 1 than to 0, correct? So now siya din somewhere. 7 is equal to 0.83. So pare-parehagin siya with your shot. Okay, so that ends our lesson 4 for today. And I am going to see you on our next videos to come for module 3. Okay? That ends again my video. Goodbye everyone and thank you for watching.